Hello everyone, welcome to Shane's Shed. I have a Launch CR Reader Elite JL. JL stands for Jaguar Land Rover, so I'll explain a little bit about that as we go in the video, but this has been kindly sent to me by a company called KingBolen tools. I'll throw a link down below there. Yeah, they reached out and said, would you like to do a video review of this? So I said, yeah, sure, why not? This little unit, I've got it plugged in via USB, which powers it up, which is, I think, a pretty handy little feature. So it will connect to Wi-Fi. You can do over-the-air updates and whatnot. You can also add some other vehicle manufacturers' diagnostic capabilities to this, which I'll explain as well in a little bit. But before I get into all the main review, at the end of this video, I'm going to explain how you could win this unit as well. So stick around if you like this review and you want to take this bad boy home. I'll tell you how you can do that. This is made by Launch. Now, I'm not exactly sure where Launch fits into the whole scheme of things, but I have heard of their name before when previously researching scan tools. So the name was not unfamiliar to me. When I was looking, personally, I was looking at their big boy X431 unit. So there's over 1,300 Australian dollars for one of those, but this one is a little bit more affordable. So KingBolen's website lists this for 290 Australian dollars, currently marked on special for 160. I don't know whether they're one of those sites where everything's on special all the time, don't know. But anyway, yeah, it's pretty good value for money, to be honest, especially with the functionality that this can do. Now, in regards to functionality, I will compare this to the GAP IID tool because that's what I'm familiar with. For anyone that's been around Land Rovers for a while and does your own maintenance, you'll know that that's probably the gold standard level for the DIY diagnostic unit. Prosumer bay diagnostic units, let's call it. I love that base. So this unit, on the other hand, probably doesn't have quite the module reflash capabilities that the GAP does, but to be honest, it's not far behind. Like, just going through it briefly within the space of like half an hour, I was actually quite impressed. Now, before we get into that, I've got to apologise. I did try and film a little bit of the screen and show you various things, but to be honest, my cameras are not, they're just washing it out and overexposed, and you can't really see anything. I think it's mainly the bit of a white screen thing, and yeah, anyway, I apologise for that. It didn't really work out the way I wanted to. But I'll try my best and show you some spots here anyway. So I don't know how well you'll see that, but you've got a diagnostics unit and an OBD. Now, the diagnostics is a little bit different than the OBD. The OBD is just that generic scan reader that you can sort of plug into anything and see what it comes up with. Using that OBD side with a Land Rover, nothing. Going to the diagnostic side, and there is, I'll just wait for it to fire up. So you've got the Jaguar and Land Rover modules. Using that, access pretty much every computer module in the 2006 D3 is what I tested it with. Yeah, loved the fact that I could read fault codes from everything. Picked up like the CAN bus miscommunication faults, which are pretty common. Yeah, I can't fault the fault scanning capabilities. And along with that, once you get into it, you'll be able to pull up your live values from all those modules as well. It does run things in a nice little graph as well. Probably only limitation that I could see is you could only run like one parameter at a time for a graph. You know, it's not so bad, but you can do a little screenshot as well. So if you see something unusual, you want to save it, you can screenshot it. That's a nice feature, I thought. The other thing, besides, so the Land Rover capabilities, I think, are pretty well sorted. One thing I do like is you can set tight tolerance mode for your suspension. So that's probably a pretty common thing people want to use. Gives a whole list on here of various things that can be done. I know you can't see that, I'm sorry. But yeah, it's pretty much a full functionality as far as I'm concerned. Like, I'd be quite happy to buy this myself. Like I said, there's a few little more advanced things that like a GAP can do that this wouldn't be able to do. But to be honest, the amount of times I've used those, you could be better off just buying one of these. Like, let's be honest. The other good thing that I like about this is this little more bay option. So if we go into that, I'll probably show up a separate screen, which one I got better. You can basically install a diagnostics module for a lot more vehicle manufacturers, which I think is fantastic. It looks to be on a 12-month subscription. Me personally, I'm not really a fan of the subscription-based models. I would much rather have it like a one-off buy and it stays on your diagnostics unit. I don't know about you. Let me know in the comments below if you think that'd be a lot more user-friendly to have it as a permanent purchase. It looks like it's in US dollars as well, so about $50 US for each additional vehicle manufacturer diagnostic module to install. Yeah, apart from that, that's about the only real thing I can say negative about it. But obviously these guys want to make their money on this unit in some way, so I guess, you know, it is what it is. The other thing I noticed is you can get this module, or this unit, shall I say, in various, like, you're not limited to just buying it as a Jaguar Land Rover version. You can get it with initially a BMW, and you keep that sort of module, I guess, for life. Unless it's a 12-month subscription on those diagnostics units when you buy them, but I certainly hope not. But anyway, so overall, I think this is a fantastic unit, right? I probably wouldn't hesitate to buy it. Now that I don't personally have a use for a Land Rover scan tool, I'm going to give it away to one of you lucky viewers. So it is the 12th today. I'll probably get it uploaded on the 14th of October, this video, ready for you guys to see. So hopefully that's about the time you guys are starting. What you have to do if you want to win it, you need to become a member of the channel. So there is a join now button, or a join membership option down below somewhere. I'm sure you can figure it out. Basically at the end of October, I'm going to see what members we've got. I'm going to draw a random member one way or another, and I'll send this anywhere in the world. So that's all you have to do. I can tell you now that there's not a lot of members on the channel, so if you want to enter, you've got a real high chance of winning this. So, you know, just throwing it out there. If you're on a Land Rover, you don't have a scan tool, become a member, try and win this thing, or go out and buy one yourself. So, yeah, either way, thanks very much for watching. I hope this video is some use to you, and I'll see you in the next one.